All right, guys, we got Eddie George, CT Local, represent 203, training with Nick Newell, Justin Sumner. I love walking through here just because it's like Batman. Like you walk through and the lights come on one at a time. But honestly, man, the first round, you got the TKO finish, came out very aggressive. What was going through your mind before you even had the fight backstage? How did you see this fight going down? Was it exactly what you expected? What was different, if anything?
I expected to just go out there and put on a good performance. I didn't really have like a round or an exact like knockout punch. I just wanted to go out there. My boy Mike Kimball did his thing last night, so I was like, oh, I want to follow behind that.
Were you there? Were you there for Bellator last night?
Nah, I wasn't. I didn't make it in time. After I got done with the weigh-ins in 8, I missed Mike's fight, and I was like, I'm not gonna go.
Coach Nick was busting my balls all night because I got my credentials. They're like, yeah, you gotta wait a second. Your coach just looks at me and goes, he can wait.
That's
I was like, Nick, come on, man.
Yeah, he's a ball breaker, bro.
And then you also got Justin, man. So like just the energy at that gym, like you guys are all training towards, you know, the #1 goal to get a first round finish. How does it feel right now?
It feels good, man. Like, to be honest, when I was in the back warming up, I just kept on telling myself it's just like a sparring session. It's not any different. And I just went out there with the attitude this time, and that's what I did. My eyes were good. I saw everything for the most part. I mean, with always, you know.
You were first to strike the entire time.
Was I?
Yeah, you were the first one to strike. At least that's what I wrote down here. But then he came out with like a couple of leg kicks there. Did that kind of throw you off at all? Or you expecting him to like throw the kicks?
I was expecting that. I didn't know a lot about him. I took this fight short notice and went up a weight class. But from what I knew was he was a Muay Thai guy and he'd like to throw naked kicks. So I was expecting that. And just the game plan was if he threw a naked kick, try to come down the pipe with something, put in his face, double up the jabs as much as possible. The clinch wasn't really something we worked on. It's just it fell into my hands, and I have a strong clinch game already. I don't get to work that often, but it just worked out. You know, it just fell into place with the knockout, with the TKO. You know.
So man, obviously it's getting towards the end of 2009 or 2018.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself fighting again for the end of the year?
Yeah, I already have a fight lined up for November 3rd.
November 3rd, what promotion? Cage Titans?
Yes, sir.
Man, I love Cage Titans, like the vibe of it. I mean, I love ammo, I love all the regional promotions, but there's something about Cage Titans where it's like,
Paul Bear's a good dude, bro. And that venue just how
I love it. It's like gangs in New York style. Like I can't even explain it. It's just like the energy is just so on point. It's so real. It's like what you see when you're a kid watching like MMA underground movies and stuff like that. This has that energy. So obviously it's been a huge week for Connecticut, man. Mike Kimball, what were your thoughts on his fight last night?
Bro, that was impressive, man. I was, as soon as I left, I went to my after weigh-in meals. Oh shit.
No, you good. Keep on.
After my weigh-in meals is over, I go to Texas Roadhouse. So as soon as I left Texas Roadhouse, I put on Bellator.com. Boom, I pulled up right when he came out. I was like, oh shit, perfect.
Right on time.
I seen the, yeah, just what happened. I seen the knockout. I was like, whoo, that was quick.
Last circle.
That was quick. But no, it's very impressive, man. He puts in a lot of work. He's a guy that comes to the FA a lot and trained at the gym. I've sparred with him many times, grappled with him many times. He's a good teammate. I look at him as a teammate. He's a good fighter. He has a big future in Bellator, I feel.
Man, I've heard a lot about you throughout the years, obviously, training right down the road from me with Nick, with Justin. What other guys you got at the gym that we should keep our eyes out for? Because there's some big names there.
Oh, man. We have a lot of people, man. Nick Quatrock, he has a karate background, black belt in karate. He's been doing it since he was a little kid. He actually has a fight in New York coming up in like 2 weeks. I think it's the 27th or 28th of October. He's really good. Got my boy Coley, who just started training not too long ago at our gym. Very good Muay Thai. He's gonna be fighting this year. Got a lot of guys, man. And you know, some people just want to go there and train. They don't want to fight, but they know how to throw the hands, which is, you know, it helps me out. Doesn't matter if you want to fight or not. As long as you're a good partner, that's all that matters. So we got a lot of people there.
Who do you got here tonight? Like, who came out here to watch you fight? Because there's people all over the place between Bellator and everywhere. How many, you know, people came out to see you fight tonight?
Oh, man, I had like 25 people. I sold 25 tickets. I had like
which is definitely decent considering, you know, we're not in Connecticut.
I'm not from Connecticut in general. I'm from South Carolina. I've been here for 4 years. I've been training with Nick Newell for a year and a half. But
How did you find Nick then? How did you come across Nick, and what made you feel like that was the right spot for you?
I did my research, man. I had YouTubed everybody around in the surrounding area before Nick opened his gym. I didn't like what I saw, and then I just so happened to do another search years later, and then I found Nick, and I was like, yo, this is the guy. I walked in, he was like, you want to do a free trial? I said, no, here's my money. I want to be a fighter. I started training that day.
This should be a question I should ask Nick myself, and he knows I'm going to ask it when I see him. Well, for you personally, what would you like to see Nick do next?
I'd like to see Nick get another fight. I feel he needs one more fight, and then he's in the UFC. He's a top-level fighter. He's high caliber. His striking's unorthodox. He's next level. And for anybody to not see that, respect that, they're a fool. And it will be shown soon enough. Just one more fight, and he's 100% in the UFC.
Here's the thing this is the last thing I'm going to say. Here's the thing with Nick fighting on Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series. I was just like, I didn't think that was the right spot for him. I thought he deserved a spot, at least on the prelims to show what he's about. Not in like a room, like Contender Series, like you fighting out here pretty much. It's like a little awkward. There's no fans, it's friends and family.
Yeah, I was there. It was kind of awkward. I feel with the Contender Series, his opponent, they picked his kryptonite. Someone that was, I apologize.
No, you good. 10 seconds. Right?
Yeah, they picked his kryptonite, and he was winning the strike, and the guy obviously didn't want to strike with him, so he just held him on the ground. He didn't do anything from the bottom. He rode a wrist, stayed on his hip, didn't set up any ground and pound whatsoever. And obviously Dana White wasn't impressed with this fight. He didn't get the contract. But Nick did everything he could with, you know, the worst style matchup that he could have had. And like I said, one more fight, he's going to win the next fight, and then he's going to be right in the UFC. No doubt about it.
Last question, just to catch up on facts. Who is your next fight against in November?
Man, to be honest,
you don't know his name?
To be honest, man, people, I don't want to make no one look bad, but I got switch ups all the time, so
yeah.
I'll probably have like 2-3 people back out, and then, but it's gonna be at 155. I'm tired of fighting up. I'm tired of fighting the catch weights. Like, I'm a 155er, and that's what it is. Like,
you think they should open a 165-pound division?
I mean, they can. Like, a lot of people cry about it, and they say 165.
All right,
yeah, open it. Why not?
All right, guys. Eddy George, first round TKO, man. Have a great night. Thank you so much for joining me. I got to get you in studio since you're so close. So next time, guys, maybe you'll see him in Pure MMA Studio. Eddy George.